Every now and then, life presents us with some unusual opportunities. These moments are usually surrounded by uncertainty, obstacles, a lot of risk, and unlimited possibilities. I'd like to introduce you to someone who met one of these moments in life with bravery and determination. He is the first student ever to produce a library live event solo. Now, if you're not familiar with our library, you're really missing out. Our library is anything but boring. They produce live events such as movie night or karaoke night or even game tournaments. But like any routine, however unusual it may be, it becomes less exciting over time. The search for new ideas led to an amazing partnership with this class, allowing students to produce their own live events. You're about to meet someone who left his country, his family, and his friends to pursue a dream that is probably much like your own. I'm very proud to introduce Full Sail's recipient of the most prestigious Advanced Achievement Award, Dario Chelala.
10 years ago, I went to take my bachelor to communication area, because I wanted to go into music. I'm a really passionate musician, and that was my first thought, my first plan. I've always been a passionate of sports, and especially in boxing. So I made connections. I was the kind of guy that went to a boxing match and tried to connect with the producer or the event planner. Boxing in Mexico is like a kind of a religion sport, and between soccer and boxing, it's huge. So the opportunities were there. You just needed to be creative and how to set your things, your mind, and try to put a creative scenario and a good project. So I thought about putting the boxing matches in hotels, because in Mexico the venues are far away from the city and far away from everything. So that was the first project. I went to a friend that used to have an event planning business, a company, because I needed where to put the finance, the budget, the timeline, all the things that needs to be involved in an event. The first venue we went, it was in Hilton, in the Hilton hotels, and it was a real difficult project because I was not used to events. And hotels have a very structural and very traditional way of planning. It took a while, but it went good. And the next step, because of that event, was a broadcasting company in Mexico called TV Azteca gave me a call, and they wanted to put a press conference in a very well-known place, very recognized monument in Mexico called Monumento a la Revolución, which is Revolution Monument. They told me, we want to have the biggest press conference, the biggest live press conference, because Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez are gonna fight. And those fighters at that time were the biggest stars in the sport. So they gave me a call, and I submit my proposal, and they like it. And a couple of days later, they sent me the response, and they told me, okay, everything is good. You need to make a few arrangements, but everything is running good. And for the security, you will have 75 security guards that the government of Mexico will give to you. This is not a good idea, because it's a place. Imagine a place where 100 of people walk in a 24 time and during the day. So I thought maybe I need a couple of hundreds more, maybe. So I talked with the government, with the people, and they denied me that option. I knew that in every single event that I was going to produce or be part of, the security was the most important part. So I needed to have a backup plan. There are a lot of suppliers that provide security in a more private security system. So I called them and I just let them know that I was going to have an event and just to be prepared, but I didn't know what was going to happen that day. So everything was working correctly with the timeline, with the minute by minute that I needed to have. The setup lines, the setup times, and from what hour to what hour they will let us put the stage and the ring. The idea was to have a boxing ring in the middle of the monument, and in the back we will have like a stage for a band, but that was the place where the conference was going to be held. But in another part of the monument, it was going to be like a private conference for broadcasting companies. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, and almost maybe 90% of the event was already like ready to go. And the problem was that at that time, 1,000 people were already there. I thought, this, in a couple of hours, this is going to turn into a real different location, I might say. In the end, it was 8:30 in the morning, half an hour just to start the event. And there were maybe at that time, I'm gonna say 15 or 70,000 people. And I just had 75 security guards. So the backup plan really worked, because I just gave a call and sent for the security, the private security guards, and the government also was there in the event, and they realized that it was going in a different mood. I remember the headlines, like it was a revolution, because the Monument of Revolution, and they told it was a revolution, Mexico, and Manny Pacquiao is preparing to fight Juan Manuel Marquez, and it was a good event. It was a very, very nice event and a good experience.